Now reviewing that report.
Going down, falling property values in the city being discussed at City Hall today.
The city assessor explains why residents saw such a dramatic change in a negative way in property value. Our Myra Sanchik with what the reasoning was. Myra?
Yeah, some upset homeowners today regarding the recent assessments from the city assessor's office, and they want to know how the city assessor in Milwaukee came up with her numbers. Now, home values have gone down in Milwaukee for several years, as they've done across the country. Now, that means some have bought houses for more than they're worth today. But a city judiciary and legislation committee heard from some who actually had assessments that were 5 times higher than they were able to sell their properties for. The assessor says it's difficult to evaluate some of these homes due to the high number of foreclosures and bank sales.
Clearly, no one wants to see their value, the property values go down. I think the reality is that values have gone down throughout Milwaukee County since 2008. The assessment should reflect those declines accurately, so people can then be taxed fairly.
The change in really the whole appraisal industry, it does acknowledge that the market is difficult, and in some cases you may not have a lot of other additional information, but it just cautions that you really have to be able to see and view those properties. And I think that's one of the detriments that we have in our program. There's no requirement that anybody let us into any property.
So many of the homeowners here actually came because they thought they were assessed too high. They say they just want a fair assessment done. Some say they want an outside agency to do some data research on this. Now, the city assessor says the best way to get an accurate evaluation of your property, if you don't like what they set it up for, is to call them. They'll have an inside inspection set up, and you can challenge that assessment until May 21st. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Myra Sanchik, Fox 6 News.
A lot of people might take them up on that offer. Okay, Myra, thank you very much. Getting around and near Milwaukee City Hall is quite tough this week. The city will be shutting down parts of the streets around the building.
That's because they're inspecting the terracotta on the building. You might be saying, weren't there just problems there and weren't they fixed? Fox 6's Sharita Irves has answers.